Her hands shook when she saw my son. The camera strap slipped from her shoulder, clattering against the floor. Her face drained of color, as if she'd seen a ghost standing in front of her instead of a boy with messy hair and a crooked smile. "I can't do this," she whispered. My son tilted his head, confused. "Dad, why is she scared?" I looked at her, calm, though the unease in my stomach twisted like barbed wire. "Why not?" I asked. She swallowed, eyes flicking between me and my son. "You need to leave this town, today. Don't ever come back." Her voice cracked on the last word. "Why?" She fumbled in a drawer, pulled out a photo, and pressed it into my hand. "You need to see this. Then you'll understand." The paper was warm from her grip. My fingers trembled as I turned it over. I stared at the image. My throat went dry. My son's face. Smiling, standing next to a man I didn't know. The resemblance was impossible to ignore. Not blood, not mine. Something inside me shifted, a quiet snap I didn't show on the surface. I folded the photo in half, then again. My son tugged on my sleeve, innocent, waiting for direction. I smiled at him, calm. "Let's go, buddy." But inside, the storm began. That night, the photo burned in my pocket. Every time I looked at my son, I saw the shadow of another man's face carved into his. The photographer's warning echoed in my head. "Leave this town. Never come back." But I didn't leave. I stayed. I needed answers. My wife laughed in the kitchen, the sound sharp and hollow. She moved easily around me, unaware or pretending. I studied her movements, the way she avoided my gaze when I asked about her day, the way her hand lingered on her phone a beat too long. I remembered every small inconsistency, the late nights, the silences, the sudden trips to see her mother. My son was 6. I counted backward. I remembered her distance during those months, her excuses, how I had been deployed overseas, and the photograph, the stranger's hand resting protectively on my son's small shoulder. I didn't speak of it, not yet. I tucked my son into bed, brushed the hair off his forehead. He looked at me with unflinching trust, the kind of trust only children give. My chest tightened. Whose son was he? I lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, calculating. I didn't need anger. Anger was reckless. I needed clarity, precision. And when clarity came, it was colder than any battlefield I'd ever known. I started with her phone. While she showered, I copied every contact, every message. I didn't confront her. I smiled over dinner. I asked about her day. I listened while her lies dripped like honey. Then I ran the numbers, cross-references, dates, calls made late at night to one particular number. A man, local. I tracked him. A name I didn't know, but the pieces fell together fast. Business owner, married, children of his own. I waited. I followed. I watched him pick up his kids from school, watched his wife kiss him on the cheek, watched him drive away. My son's laugh echoed in my head. I ordered a DNA test kit. Simple, direct. I told my wife it was for fun, a family tree project. She smiled, too quickly, agreed too easily. When the results came back, I didn't need to open them to know. My hands were steady as I unfolded the paper. The truth stared back at me in black and white. Probability of paternity, 0%. No hesitation, no chance. My son wasn't mine, and she knew. I folded the paper as neatly as I had folded the photograph. I said nothing, not yet. I chose my moment carefully. Dinner. The table set, the wine poured. My son upstairs, humming to himself while he built with blocks. I slid the envelope across the table. Open it. She blinked, hesitant. What is it? Just open it. Her fingers trembled as she pulled out the paper. I watched her eyes scan the words. Her lips parted. Her face drained of color, the same way the photographers had. She looked at me, broken. I can... I raised a hand, calm, detached. No, don't explain. Silence stretched. The only sound was the clock ticking against the wall. She reached across the table, desperate. "He's still your son!" My voice cut her off, low and steady. Not by blood. Her tears came fast, ugly, loud. I didn't flinch. I sat there, composed, while her world collapsed in front of me. I didn't shout. I didn't curse. I stood, walked upstairs, and lifted my son into my arms. He clung to me, smiling, safe in the illusion that nothing had changed. Downstairs, her sobs echoed. I packed his things quietly. A small bag, clothes, his favorite toy. She rushed to the doorway, eyes wide, swollen. "Where are you taking him?" I looked at her once. Calm, cold, somewhere safe. Away from you, away from lies. Her breath hitched. "You can't." I already did. I walked past her, my son's head resting on my shoulder. Her voice followed me down the hall, breaking, pleading. I didn't look back.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.